What if I told you the Cleveland Browns are doing something right now that could define their entire season, and most fans have no idea it's happening? Forget the headlines. Forget the hot takes screaming for chaos. What's brewing behind the scenes in Berea is smarter, quieter, and potentially franchise-altering. And if you're a die-hard Browns fan, you need to hear this because it changes everything about how we should be looking at this team moving forward. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the quarterback situation. Yeah, I know we've been here before. But this time it's different, and here's why. Dillon Gabriel, our rookie signal caller, has been on a wild ride. Some flashes of brilliance, sure. But let's be real. There have been throws that make you cover your eyes and decisions that have you yelling at your TV. It's the classic rookie roller coaster, and Browns fans are white-knuckling every snap. But here's where it gets interesting. While everyone outside of Cleveland is demanding immediate answers, screaming for changes, calling for the next man up, the Browns front office is doing something radical. They're being patient. They're being strategic. And they might just be outsmarting everyone. Now enter Shedeur Sanders. The name alone gets people talking. The hype is real. The talent is undeniable. But there's a problem, his back. Week 8 against the Patriots, Sanders was sidelined with a back injury, and suddenly everyone's asking the same question. When does he get his shot? When do we unleash the future? But hold on. Before you start demanding Sanders gets thrown into the fire, let me hit you with something that might surprise you. There are serious voices in Cleveland, people who know this team inside and out, who are saying maybe, just maybe, rushing Sanders onto the field isn't the play right now. Mary Kay Cabot, one of the most plugged-in Browns reporters in the game, has been dropping some seriously thought-provoking takes. She's suggesting something that sounds crazy at first, but actually makes a ton of sense when you break it down. Make Sanders the QB3, not the backup, the third-string guy. I can already hear some of you saying, what? That's a demotion. But hear me out. This isn't about burying Sanders. This is about protecting him, developing him, and setting him up for long-term success instead of short-term disaster. Think about it like this. Bailey Zappe has been around. He's been Mac Jones' backup in New England. He knows what it's like to step in cold, handle the pressure, deal with NFL defenses trying to eat you alive on every snap. That experience is invaluable. Sanders? He's never done that. He's never had to come off the bench in an NFL game, stone cold, with zero warm-up, facing a defense disguising coverages and sending exotic blitzes. That's a nightmare scenario for any rookie, let alone one who's still adjusting to the speed of this level. Cabot's point is simple but brilliant. Let Zappe be the guy who steps in if Gabriel goes down. Let Sanders watch, learn, and develop without the crushing weight of having to be ready to save the day at any random moment. And about that back injury, let's address the conspiracy theories right now. Some people think the Browns are playing games, that maybe Sanders isn't really hurt, and they're just using the injury as cover to keep him on the bench. Cabot shuts that down hard. She's adamant that if Sanders is out with back tightness or soreness, then that's exactly what it is. The Browns aren't that organization. They're not playing mind games with their rookie's health. When he missed practice, it was legitimate. And honestly, being cautious with a back injury is the smartest move possible. Backs are tricky. Rush him back too soon, and you risk turning a minor issue into a major problem that could haunt him all season or longer. I know this isn't what a lot of fans want to hear. We're hungry. We want our franchise quarterback right now. We want the excitement, the spark, the hope that comes with a dynamic young player taking over. But smart football isn't always sexy football. The Browns are building something real here. They've got a defense that's absolutely ferocious. Myles Garrett is terrorizing offensive lines every single week. The running game, when it's clicking, can dominate. The pieces are there. What they need at quarterback isn't a savior. They need stability. They need someone who can manage the game, protect the football, and make plays when the opportunity presents itself. And here's the thing about Gabriel, he's got the tools. The athleticism is there. The arm talent is legit. What he needs is time to develop consistency, to slow the game down, to learn how to read NFL defenses without panicking. Throwing Sanders in there right now doesn't help Gabriel, and it might not help Sanders either. But giving both of them the right runway? That could be exactly what this franchise needs. Look at the bigger picture of what's happening in the AFC North. This division is an absolute war zone. Cincinnati's trying to stay afloat with Joe Burrow's health always a question mark. Baltimore's riding Lamar Jackson's brilliance, but they've got their own issues. Pittsburgh's defense is still nasty, and they're trying to figure out their own quarterback future. The Browns don't need to panic. They need to stay the course. They need to keep their defense playing at an elite level, keep the running game effective, and let their quarterback situation develop naturally instead of forcing it, because the media or impatient fans demand instant gratification. Let's talk about the offensive line for a second, because this matters more than people realize. Protection has been inconsistent this season. If Cleveland wants to maximize any quarterback, whether it's Gabriel, Sanders, or Zapp, they need to keep that pocket clean and open up running lanes. The coaching staff has been grinding to improve the schemes, and with Deshaun Watson still working his way back from injury, Gabriel has been thrown into a much bigger role than anyone expected. The organization is banking on his physical gifts, but they also know consistency doesn't happen overnight. That's why the patience with Sanders and the trust in Zapp as the backup makes so much sense from a big-picture perspective. This quarterback debate might be the defining storyline of the entire AFC North for the rest of the season. And honestly, the Browns are in a better position than most people realize. They don't need a hero every single week. They need a quarterback who won't lose games, who can make the routine plays, and who can step up in critical moments. Gabriel has that potential. Sanders, when he's healthy and truly ready, could bring a whole different dimension with his mobility and cannon arm. But forcing it before either guy is ready? That's how you derail a season that still has massive potential. The Browns have been building this roster for years. This is their window. They've got the talent on defense. They've got weapons on offense. What they need is for their quarterback situation to stabilize and gel at the right time. Keeping Sanders on the sidelines for now, letting Zapp provide veteran backup support, and giving Gabriel every opportunity to grow and find his rhythm. That's not weakness. That's strategic long-term thinking. That's how you build a contender, not just a flash-in-the-pan story. And Browns fans, if you've stuck with this team through everything, and I know you have, you understand patience better than anyone. This season isn't over. Not even close. Sanders' injury might feel like a setback right now, but it's also giving the team time to refine the game plan, to make sure when he does step on that field, he's truly ready to make an impact. The defense is playing championship-level football. The running game can control the clock. The coaching staff is making intelligent decisions. We just need to trust the process and support these guys through the inevitable ups and downs. The AFC North is brutal. It's a dogfight every single week. But with the right balance of patience and perseverance, with smart development and strategic planning, the Browns can absolutely emerge from this division ready for a legitimate playoff run. The potential is sitting right there. And if everything aligns the way it can, Cleveland's next chapter might be the one that finally delivers what this city has been dreaming about for decades. So here's what I need from you. If you're riding with the Browns through thick and thin, if you believe this team has what it takes, smash that like button right now. Subscribe to Browns Breakout, because we're going to be here breaking down every move, every decision, every game as this season unfolds. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with the patient approach with Sanders, or do you think he should be starting right now? I want to hear what real Browns fans think, because your voice matters. We're building something special here, and I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and more Browns content you won't find anywhere else. Stay locked in. Stay passionate. And remember, this team is closer than you think. Let's ride.